The most ignorant clown around is the one who nearly drowned. He took one leap of faith, then God said, hold on, wait. You truly are spineless, hateful chump. I'm taking away your ability to walk and hump. Being a meth head Nazi was a bad pick. Did you choose that because of your micro dick? Crippled brain, crippled crotch, crippled dumb little twits. Catalano's crippled clown clips.
You know,
crippled sense of humor,
but
idiots with no wit.
Catalano's
crippled clown
TV.
clips. Look at all these losers.
It's showtime in 1 minute. Super tip, chat, ask questions. I was hoping I could super tips up. I prefer them, but the super tip found is not working anymore. Look at my new computer coming. I get no tech support from Mel to remove, so I'm on my own. You guys love the content. You want to talk shit about me, but yet nobody, all the guys that have tickets, it's in probably 2 seconds. You don't want to. You're haters. I don't care. But still, you got no time for your haters. I gotta do shows. I'm back, baby. There's an upside to this. This may be my last live show. Starting next Monday, I'll be recording Monday, every Monday for 25 weeks, editing it, putting it up at 6 o'clock every Monday. First. Oh, hey, welcome to Catalano TV. I'm Joey C. I'm fired up. I got a great guest. We got a guest tonight. We'll get to her in a minute. Her whole ass can wait in the back. Here's the turn on your gifted memberships, because we got people on here gift memberships. We're still pretty strong for being not steady. We're almost pushing 100 right now. So I like to be up at 400 or 500, but that's not going to be necessary. I'm going to scratch that comment. Forget about the membership. What I'm thinking of doing here is I'm not going to do no more live streams tonight, but I wanted to do this one because Mel's here and she likes to argue and she likes to answer questions. Super chat. I was hoping super tips would be up. I got it where you can see it. You can see my super tips, but I can't get the sound. I have to. My new computer's coming next week, so that's here to say. And I get no tech support from guys like Melton or Booty. You think they would, because when I have it up and running, it makes money. So that's okay. I don't care. As far as any hate that's been coming my way, I don't give a shit. All right. You know what? It seems to be that, I'm not just the only thin-skinned one. I know someone that would get worked up really hard over the chat room and want to go crazy. So it's not just me that was thin-skinned, But, everybody says I suck. Everybody says that I don't know how to do nothing, but yet. And then talk about retention. Let me talk about retention. When you end a stream with 325 views, and then the next 12 hours, you go up to 900, means people are going back, watching it, clipping it, downloading it, watching it. That's retention goes up. I'll tell you another thing about. I used to be at 37%, would swipe away at 73%, which is bad for shorts. My YouTube shorts now, 88% people get my channel off of shorts. Only 12% swipe away. I've got more action, more retention, more heat in the last 6 weeks, not live streaming. I've been put on that world, whatever the hell that's called. I had a guy with 3.5 million views. I had another guy with a couple 100,000 views. It don't matter. Hate, love, fucking diss me, call me R-word, say I'm fucking not smart. Again, praise all the other shows. I'm still not the dumbest guy in the damn world. To me, the dumbest guy in the damn world is the guy that jumped out of a tree. That's the dumbest guy in the damn world. He talks a lot of mac, like that, smack. That's all, folks. But at the end of the day, he jumped out of the fucking tree, not me. So I'm smart enough not to fucking jump out of a fucking tree. Enough said. All right? Your comments, I answer most of them. And you don't like the way I answer them, I don't give a flying fuck. If you're going to fucking come at me, I'm going to answer back with a fucking rude ass ignorant fucking thing. If you want to ask her questions and me questions and you want to know anything, the only way you get anything read is by paying. Hands down, that's what it's be. Enjoy it, because starting next Monday, I'm going to tape. It'll be 25 weeks of Bob Monday. Then after that 25 weeks, I'll go to the Wrigley Wednesdays for 25 weeks, talking about the history of Cubs. But for 25 weeks, we're going to start with the Chicago outfit and Al Capone. Figure about 25. We'll go through 25 of the Notorious outfit guys, and I'm going to tape it, edit it, and put up about 40 minutes of it. And that's how it's going to be. So I don't care about doing live streams no more. I really don't. There's more ways for me to do this that's going to make me grow way bigger than these live streams. So if people say they'll find you, they're going to find me if I'm not live. So they could. I'll get my new audience if I need to. So enjoy tonight's show. Without further ado, I'm going to bring in former addict, former hoe, former BBC lover who loves to argue, and she's going to be raw tonight. So I wouldn't not want to send a super chat. I really wish super chips were here. I wish someone in 5 minutes could just tell me which setting I got wrong. I followed it through like someone told me to, and I could hear it perfectly loud and clear. That's the fucking fucked up part. Now, but you guys can't hear it, and I don't understand how the fuck that's even possible. I hear it in my fucking thing, but they might be able to do it this way. I'm going to try this last thing before we get in and cut the bell. She's waiting backstage. She's all excited. But, you know, we all change, and she has changed from what I understand, what she's telling me now. I don't live with her. I don't see her every day, but I believe her story. She's really changed her way of life. I mean, I don't know quite how old she is. I think she's in her 40s. But she looks pretty rough from her days of heavy drug use. And she's got a lot of story. I think she's been almost killed. I think she was maybe possibly RAPE'd. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. I'd rather find out with you guys. That's the way I looked at it. Now, I don't know if I do this. This might be the only way you guys can hear this. No, it's still in my headset. So you guys did not. Not a thing's. So my answer is you guys didn't hear that, right? You heard it? You did? Whoa! Wait a minute. You heard it good? Oh, wait, I'm getting intel from the producer that it was her. All right, so now super tips are up. I'm going to put that in the chat. All right. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. There is a God. So let me post that, supertips.gg. Let me get that. We do have super tips. That's an exciting thing. Super tips are here. Let's get it up there quick. Supertips.gg. There we go. Super tips are going up, people. Copy. All right, so we're gonna pin the super tip. We are at super tips. I think they said it was working. I heard it very clearly in my headset. So, and that's why I couldn't figure out how the fuck can I hear it, but yet you guys can't hear it. That makes no sense to me. But when I was taping it, when I was going in and doing a taping to test it the last couple of days, when I played it back, I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear it in the tape. Let's pin this. Super tips are up. We prefer super tips. So now we get the full throttle. So now give me a minute to pin this. I'll bring this in. And you know what? Again, you can love me, you can hate me. But we do got a big prize tonight, folks. We do got a big prize. We got what he is. He's a bitch on a metal stick. He likes a dick. And in his mouth, Echo Pineapple. This is going to be Mr. Fineapple. You understand? This is going to be Cole Fineapple when we get done with it. This is just me to blow off steam, everybody. Here it is. Did it pin? Okay, super tips are pinned in. All right, so here we go. Relax. Don't do it. Relax. There he is, the pine bitch in the flesh. And he is a bitch. He's a cowardly bitch. We all know that. We all know what he is. But like I said, If you want to ask any questions about the latest developments, you better pay because I got no comment otherwise than that. So here we go. Without further ado, let's bring on Mel. Where's she at? Waiting on her now. Hello? Oh, there she is. The former meth queen herself. I can't see her face, though. You don't want to show your face? Yeah. Wow. You did clean up. So you were telling me the truth about your off drugs, huh?
Yes, I was.
But that you're off drugs now, we know about. We're going to hear about. And I told them they have to ask questions. And I told them you love to argue about big black cock. That's one of your biggest arguments. You like to tell them off why you prefer that better than anything. And so let's start off with. I've known you a long time. In a sense, we're not blood related, but you think you're blood related to my sister. But could you scoot the camera up a little bit so we can see that repulsive face of yours, please? Thank you. Thank you. There we go. That's what I want to see. All right. Oh, my God. I can't believe. No, I'm just kidding, Mel. I'm just kidding. Mel, you got a story to tell. And I know that this internet will tear you up. They tore your ass up at the wedding. And I haven't seen you since the wedding, but you popped up. My sister brought you around yesterday. And you said, I saw the videos about you being Charlie Brown. You liked that. You liked that me being Charlie Brown, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, you laughed, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And that's why when you told me that, I said, perfect to make a show so I can laugh on you today. You understand?
Ha, ha, ha. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
So you always got to remember that. Let me go to these comments. So you guys heard that super tip? You heard that super tip that was played? Of the voice box? You guys heard that? You really did?
I think it's
So we are up and running then with super tips. Thank God. Here we go. So we got this. I don't know if this is a question for me or you, and then we can get into Mel's story. Hey, Base Pill. I will say hello to the good people. Base Pill, Mr. Ozone, hello. Base Pill man, Mud Shark Unites here, good guy. All right, here it is. Mason. It says Mason Verger, $5. Joey, a lot of Cubs fans were outraged by your comment about Ryan Saber, Rhino's wife, and Rafael Palmeiro. You are blown up on the MLB. I don't really give a fuck. It's the truth. I wasn't telling no lies. Sorry. And that was how many years ago? And Palmeiro's mad? He got no room to get mad. Mr. Viagra King? No, he's got no. If he wants the problem with me, I'll deal with Palmeiro myself. I wasn't downing Sandberg. I was saying Sandberg did the right thing. And I'm sure he don't give a shit about his ex-wife anymore. He's since been remarried, got a very good wife, kids, grown. I don't really care. As far as Rafael Palmeiro, he knows where he can stick it because I ain't worried about him. But as far as Ryan's ex-wife and how Ryan handled the situation, I thought was great. And you know what? I could have said a lot more and I didn't. You understand? I went to prison. Okay. I left Major League. I left working in baseball, and I don't see baseball coming to my aid or offer me a job again. No, they don't want a felon criminal around. For what I did after all the years I put in. So you know what? I'll be the next Jose Canseco then on the tell-all book of the clubhouse. I could do that if they don't like. If MLB don't like that, tell MLB to come and talk to me. Okay? I'll be glad to sit down with MLB like all the other guys did, and I'll tell an all book. So, but I don't want to talk about baseball. We got Mel here tonight. But thank you for letting me know that if that's true. Probably not, but okay. All right, Mel, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. I really am. I feel more relaxed, more more comfortable. I'm not stressed out. Some things happened the last couple of days. People feel that a couple good friends of mine baited me to talk. And here's the thing: I didn't even talk bad about nobody. I just after thinking about it, I had to. And here's the thing: I told him before I even said that on the air. He never responded, so that's what he gets for not responding to me. If he's such a good friend, he would have responded. But I'm not going to even give him that night anything of that because he doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to views and retention. He needs to go look at the stats of what my retention is up. And I don't care. I wish him nothing but this. As a friend, I love him. He's like one of my best friends. But he's right. Business part is over. And not especially after what he went on and said about me, it's over. So that without further ado. So Mel, how old are you?
48.
Jesus. You've been run through the mill, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
How long were you on the streets when you were now, is meth the only drug you did in your life?
No.
No. Let's take us back to, first of all, tell us who you are. You don't got to dox yourself. You don't got to get no addresses, no phone numbers, no last names. You don't even have to give a town. You could just say somewhere in Florida if that's where you're from. If you're from Indiana, somewhere in Indiana. Tell us from a teenage girl when you first thought you were sexy in the mirror. When you thought, not when the world thought, when you thought, and you decided you were going to go be a flirtatious girl. Tell me how all that experience. How did that happen?
Well, Joe, I was 14 and I was experimenting with drugs and, of course, guys and everything like that. So
let's go back to the guy part. How many guys did you experiment in at 14?
One. It was one.
One. Okay. All right. Well, that's respectable. Okay. First love?
Joe, he was 18. I was 14. He lived with me. He was my first love.
So he's your first love. He was 18. Yes. You were 14, and your mother allowed him to live with you while you were 14?
But she did not know what we were doing after she went to bed or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But she allowed him to stay in the house, right? He was like living there because your mother gave permission, right?
He stayed downstairs in the basement. I stayed upstairs. But it's not like we didn't sneak around. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But she has to think if she's allowing an 18-year-old man to stay in the house with her 14-year-old daughter, he ain't there to shake your hand or comb your hair.
Right. He was my first.
Obviously, I would hope she not think that because I would have to examine her really quickly. So obviously, she just didn't. In other words, she just turned the cheek and didn't want to embarrass you or embarrass herself around her friends. She knew in her heart what was going on, but she just knew that. Probably knew it by letting him move in. If he didn't, you probably would have ran away with him. Is that probably?
And I ended up running away when he moved out.
There we go. I was right. See.
Yes, correct.
Now, was he a white man or a black man?
White.
So your first choice of love was a white meat.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how did that go? How long did you guys live together?
2 years.
So you didn't even make it to being an adult. You were still a minor.
Yes.
Did he do bad things to you?
No.
Never. So he was actually your first love, nice to you and everything.
Yes.
Why did you break up with him?
We broke up because he started getting in trouble, and I just, at that age, Joe, it's puppy love. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It was really puppy love. It was my first love, and he just went a different way. He was, robbing people and just getting criminal. Going to prison.
So he went to prison. Did he?
Yes.
Is that the reason why after 2 years you didn't see him because he went to prison when you were 16?
Well, he was just getting in trouble. He was like stealing cars for one. You know what I mean? And I just, I guess.
Was he good at it? Was he good at it, or did he get caught all the time?
He got caught all the time like a stupid criminal.
Okay, so he was not a good criminal. He was very.
He
couldn't shred for 30 years doing things without getting caught.
Exactly.
He just got getting caught no matter.
He never covered his tracks, Joe. Never covered his tracks.
Never covered his tracks. So okay, so he was very flamboyant and out there and crazy. Is that because he was heavy on drugs?
He used to drink and smoke pot, but he really didn't do heavy drugs. No.
What was his name?
James Sweely.
Wow. Everybody look that name up. Let me know what kind of guy is he. Is he a career? Has he been throughout the whole life of it? Is he about to? Well, he's 4 years older than you. So you said you're how old? 48.
Yeah. Well, just 50s. Recently, 2 years ago, I got in contact with him, and he just got out of prison for raping a girl.
Whoa! This guy turned into a rapist.
Yes.
So you're lucky you got away from him because he probably would have beat you, put you on the street, and made you hoe for all those dollars, and you would have got nothing but beatings.
Yep. Speaking of beatings, Joe, can I fast forward a little bit?
You can. It's your show, but let's not tell too much because we want them. Oh, shit. Hang on. My mom's calling me probably to wish me happy Father's Day. Hang on, Mel. Entertain, but don't give no information out. I'll be right back. Go ahead and talk. Just talk, but don't tell.
Anyway, so since he put me in charge of the show, I'll sit there and I'll just do the show.
You can explain to them, your childhood growing up.
My childhood growing up was really, really rocky. My parents got divorced, of course, and I got into drugs. And, I don't care what you guys think either because everybody's got a past. So damn you guys if you guys think I'm a bad person because I'm not. So I'm a very good-hearted person. And so any of your haters out there, oh, well, if I take space up in your mind, that's on you. But you know what? Kiss my ass. So anyways.
My mom said hello, Mel. She said hello.
Hi, Mom.
And tell Christina, she said, "Where's my lovely daughter-in-law?" So,
Huh?
tell Christina, my mother said, "Where's my lovely daughter-in-law?"
Where's your?
I'm here.
She's right there.
Mom was saying hello.
Is she
She
listening?
loved
Okay.
you. Anyhow, let's get back to this. Thanks, Mom,
Right.
for calling. I appreciate it. All right.
I
Anyhow,
just told Joe. I just told the haters they hate me. Oh well, they take space up in their head. I'm loving it.
that's right. That's right. Let's see if we got. I think we got another. Oh, Pool Scam Sam in with $1.99. This is just for me, not a question about. Thank you, Pool Scam $1. Joey's Army. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, super tips are apparently working. You could work. I mean, let's say you could hear them. So let's go. But super tip guys, let's go. Let's get them super tips. Let's tear Mel up. Because when we start telling the story, and listen,
Tear me up, Joe.
I'm not going to let her tell too much. You guys want to pay? She's got. Let me tell you something, Mel. Isn't it true? And don't just say yes or no. We won't tell the story. If they want to be ignorantly rude and miss the opportunity of this great show, of this great content, and not pay you properly, then that's their loss. Because I don't give a shit either way. Let's get this Ace for the $1.99. Did your mama backpack share clients? He wants to know if your mother shared any clients with you.
No, Joe, and you know what? I was not like that. I was not a hoe.
Wait a minute. Don't just shut up now. He wants to know, being that you were about meth hoe. They named you a meth hoe on the thing, so they want to know if your mama was the same way or if she was a good mother. That's basically what they're asking.
No, just me and my girls.
Okay, now were you close with your mother?
Yes, I was.
Was she a good mother?
Yes, very good.
Okay, good. I met your mother, and she seems like a very sweet old lady. So there you go. All right. So we got some more coming in. Okay, this is from Coach Ubiquity. Hello, Coach Ubiquity. $1.99. Hey, Joey, hope you are well. Thank you, sir. I am well. Hope you're well. Hope you're happy for your father. Happy Father's Day. Matter of fact, happy Father's Day to all fathers, and to your father if they're around, and to everybody. Mason of Portland here. Mason of Portland used to be my agent, Mel. I think he'd be a good agent for you. I think Mason could make you a lot of money. I really do. But I don't know. Mason don't like me no more. He hates my guts, and that's okay. I fucked up, It's me. But but we got a lot of phony people in the audience. This guy is so fucking scared to show himself. He hides behind this Mel. And he plays with roaches.
Oh.
He loves roaches. Roaches that like to put sticks in their mouth.
So can we call him Roach Man?
You call him whatever you want. He's probably here.
Roach Man.
I don't know. They're swapping out time, I guess. The other one might be asleep, or he's probably here. Anyhow, Mel, did you, without talking to the story, so they know what you want to tell, did you ever get some seriously trouble on the street, like as far as almost killed? I heard that, or at your home. Didn't somebody break in a home invasion and you almost died from that?
Yes, they did, Joe.
Okay, well, don't talk about the story. Let them ask questions about it. Okay, the more that ask questions and pay, the more we can tell the whole story. And also, you had a fetish when you now let's take it to your. Sometimes you could get a little out there, right? When with the drugs mixture in some of your medicines, you kind of tendency could get a little loosey goosey and a little thinking in your head like, oh, I don't want to be trapped inside the house. I want to run away. And you would run away, but you always ran to the same thing. You went and looked for a BBC that was like 70 or 80 years old. Why did you do that? Why did you prefer that kind of a man over a little weenie white guy?
Well, I'll tell you why. The money, Joe.
So
money.
You're saying they have the money and the white guys don't?
Exactly.
Really? But how come they were always over 70?
Because the guys Okay, I'll be real. The ones I was going with have small dicks, and the older men, they're more stable, and you know what I'm saying? They know how to fuck. They know how to fuck more. Fuck better.
Really? Now,
yes.
Is that what you went there for, or is it because they wanted you to perform services on them?
No, actually, I would pay for my drugs, but if I had sex, it would be just because I wanted to have sex.
Wow.
Yes, I'm not. I would never. I always had money for my shit, Joe. I never went prostituting myself. It wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but in the way you were prostituting yourself, in the way you were not maybe openly in the public, but you chose specific men to get to your habit. So in a way, you were prostituting yourself to them.
Okay, I agree with you. Maybe I was.
All right. In other words, you weren't gonna sleep with them or slobber all over them if they weren't gonna. The end result wasn't money in your hand.
Exactly. But on the other hand, I could be high, and just because, like the meth or whatever, it's like an aphrodisiac, okay, for men and women. Okay, if I'm with somebody and it's whatever, and you know what I'm saying, it was
So
different.
you're saying that when you wanted to just go be free and wild, you would pick somebody that you really enjoyed, someone that you enjoyed,
Somebody
and
I
that
knew and enjoyed. Yes,
and
yes, yes.
there was times it wasn't for the money. You just wanted, you knew that he was going to take care of you, service you really well because you
Yes.
liked it. So you figured, well, what the hell? I'm high. I might as well go get it from him because he's going to do me right. Because I went to my first guy, the first boyfriend who had no dick, and this guy's got a 15-inch dick. And, you know, so you just were thinking those lines.
Yeah, exactly. Correct.
All right. So for a woman like you, dick size matters.
Yes, but as I'm getting older, it depends how they use it.
Okay.
How
Well,
it's
that glad you said, because I know you said that you've been really trying hard because you're older now and you want to start getting more respected. You don't want to put yourself out. You've had a lot of people that do care about you, I apparently know, that love you enough to say, come on, it's time to quit playing games. You're not that young 20-year-old girl no more.
Right.
You know, you're you're not a grandmother yet, but someday you could be a grandmother. And how do you need to clean your life up now, so when that happens and you are a grandmother, you want to be a grandmother, not a grandmother that's still taking in meth and BBCs at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So I respect that. I really do. You know, my wife and I, we went through hell and back, and you know, because we've known you better than 10 years, and because you really were my sister's best friend, and she has always claimed you to be her sister. I didn't like you. I still don't like you, but, you know, I don't care for you, but I respect you. You got my respect today. So that's a start. So maybe just stop calling me your brother. Tell people I'm your brother, please, because I've got a reputation to tend, and I can't have that, all right? But here, I'm shit on the internet. I am the fucking biggest loser, felon, criminal, drug addict bitch that does nothing right, and I'm uneducated, I'm stupid, I'm a pedo, they put fake report. They've done it all to me. But yet they chase me, they do shows on me, they watch, they send money, they fucking lie. They make song parodies about me. I probably got more shows done on me than Stutter John ever had. Consistent shows, I promise you that. They say I'm Stutter John, but someone sent me a message today. Don't let that bother you. You're no Stutter John. John never cared. At least you have a heart and you care, and the people that you care about and the people that know you, you're good. You're good to those fans, which is right. I could be nothing like that stuttering prick. I would never throw my children out on the road. I would never do the things he did. Be self-contained like him. But that's okay, because you know what? What comes around fucking goes around. I'm explosive. So you guys can start asking the real deep down questions for her, because she likes to argue, and she'll tell you ass off. Let's see what we got here. Coach Ubiquity. If you ever need a trustworthy mod, I can do it. $1.99. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm really serious. This is probably going to possibly be the last live stream you see, because I'm going to go to the method I started out with in 2010, putting up tape shows. But this time, with my knowledge now and what I've learned, I'll properly edit them, proper thumbnails. I'm learning algorithm. That's the most important thing to learn if you're going to make it on YouTube. Fuck everything else. Learn algorithm. We'll learn what the dial's got to be set on. Learn about the hook lines. Worry about how the description's important. The thumbnail is important. Having a hook line is important. That's all important. The hook line in the shorts, in the first 3 seconds, should be the hook line. This way, it's got to be so catchy that they stay, watch it, and continue watching all your other ones. That's the important thing. All right? So I don't need to do lives. As far as I'm concerned, no one beat me. No one beat me anything. I got farther than I ever thought I would. And I'll be honest with you, I don't hate nobody. A lot of times, even when I come on and I just do a show, like people tell you, once you turn that switch on, it's a show. You know, I'm not that person. 90% of the time when they met me, they know I'm cool. You know, but guys that hide behind the filters, or guys who think they're above, like fucking guys that jump out of fucking trees, or fucking old men clowns that think, what kills me the most is he never did that. There's no way he did that. There's no way. There's no way. There's no fucking way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I lived on the south side of Chicago. I did. I tell you, I went to fucking Rice school. I went to a Catholic school. I was bad. Humble Park, Wicker Park, North Side, two of the worst motherfucking neighborhoods in Chicago history. Humboldt Park is the worst fucking neighborhood in Chicago history. More gangs, more shootings, more killings. I lived at 1716 Tallman Avenue. That's right. That's at Wabansia and Tallman. Look it up. Right in the fucking zone. Go fuck yourself. I lived there for a couple years as an adult. So please, don't give me the little Catholic fucking preach on the South Side. There's a lot of bad areas on the South Side. You didn't live near none of those areas. Now today, my neighborhood in Wrigleyville, which was horrible in the 60s and 70s, it was gang-infested prostitutes, drugs, gypsies, gangs, all kind of gangs, needles all over the place. It was horrible. Then in the 90s, they started to revamp and pushed all the poors out to the suburbs and made it, it bought all the neighborhood up and made single-family dwelling homes. They made lofts. They just built. So all the rich people come in the city and commute to work on the L tracks. So know your history. And I didn't know that you've been part of my family and know who's in my family. I did not know this. You're so good at what you fucking do. What good? You got more talent in your fucking toe than I do? How come I'm more entertaining? 12 fucking views after a 2-hour show. Yeah. Last time I had 12 views was probably 2 years ago. So I don't get it. I'm not saying the guy don't have talent. He writes a hell of a parody. But I got one too. And I haven't put it in, I haven't sang it, but it's going to be to Brandy. It goes like this. Excuse me, cupcake. Can I speak my truth? You ran your mouth, but never showed no proof. You played a victim, acting like you're sweet, but you were trolling folks in the streets. Don't be mad. You ain't built like me. You whine online. While I sip my tea, you drop lines crying about respect. But girl, you broke and full of regrets. You wig by sliding. You lie. Your lie's been caught. You're clamming class, but it's always bought. You call me a fraud. Girl, that's rich. Your photoshopped. Your armpit itch. Then it goes, I'm trending, baby. I'm always hot. Got trolled to my chat and bots in my spot. But you just a TikTok fail. I just got to start putting it together. Still wearing Crocs and begging for bail. You scream receipts, but never bring the facts. Your story's full of hoes and panic attacks. I told my truth, and I'm still standing. You can't cancel what the streets been demanding. Go write a book. Go call the cops. You cry more than TikTok flops. You think you're hard. You barely try. Every cereal roll.
No battery.
Their eyes. You want the fame. Then take the heat. You just don't cry when you face defeat. This ain't no game. This ain't no line. Tell the world loud. The troll is mine. That's some of the song. But anyhow, you like that song, Mel? I can't sing with this shit. I'll give him that. He can sing better than me. But,
You gonna be honest with you?
Yeah. It sucks. But no, the words are good.
Yes.
The words were good. And that's the second one. This is the one I like. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Excuse me, cupcake. Can I speak my truth? You ran your mouth, but never showed no proof. You act like you're the king. You're barely climbing views. That cloud you chase, it don't belong to you. I built this show from pain and pride and grind. You dissed for clout, but still you get left behind. You're throwing shades, but never touch my shine. So sit back, bro. This is Catalano's time. The troll is mine. You need to stop that whine. Go on and say your lines, but you'll never take what's mine. The troll is mine. We built off real voice. Keep begging for my time, but I'm too far gone to mind anything you say. You call it beef. And then the last verse, this verse is, you call it beef. I call it lunch. You swing and miss. I throw a punch. Your talk's in shorts. I live in truth. You want my crown. You got no proof. I told my fans, we rise and shine while you still beg for all that airtime. This ain't no battle. It's just a fucking roast. So grab that mic and do the most.
The comment.
There we go. That's what I think of that fat fucking wannabe bitch who fucking drives around in a fucking box truck and stinks of fucking BO all day long. That's what I think of him. Anyhow, so let's get back to Mel here. Mel, I will not let you tell this story unless they pay. And if they don't pay, they missing out on some good shit. So let's see what we got. We got these super
Okay.
Let me see if I got these super tips. It don't matter to me because, like I said, I'm done with live shows anyhow. So that part don't matter to me. I got to do way better without doing this live show. Yeah. So we got no. Wait a second. Is that your mama? Wait a second. Maybe I might. Oh, I think I do got some super tips. Hang on. Oh, I do. We got some. No. Yes, we do. No, we got one. Is this one? Was this one? Oh, your mama. 11 hours ago. What? No. I'm sorry. We don't have no super tips. Let me see here. Oh, I got to turn the button on first. I wouldn't see that. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm a little rusty here. No, that one was Kip. That was from back then. All right, no. So I don't remember this one. I like this one. Who did this one? Anonymous sent one. It was really funny. I don't want to play it though. Fuck him. I'm not gonna give him nothing. Anyhow, let's see, Mel. Anybody? Have you seen any more of these? Let's see. All right, so Mel, I don't see nothing. So Mel, let's just talk in general. So, are you Florida bred?
No.
You're not. So
No.
you don't have to give us town. You don't have to get a street. You can give a state. States are big. What state did you originate in?
Atlanta, Georgia.
I've been always an honest, decent person in my fucking time, bitch. More than you probably. You hate me so much because I just tell it like it is. Is that what you hate so much? Because if you can't elaborate, and I don't give a fuck about my past, the prison or drugs, here, because I was a former addict, and because I went to prison, I'm automatically convicted in all the fucking haters' mouth. So there's no way of changing your mind, but you're 100% wrong. But here's the thing. I bet most of the people that come after me hard, they got a pass, but they're too fucking cowardly. They're too much of a fucking little girl to ever leak out that they're piece of shits. So go fuck yourself. Unless you want to have anything, acknowledgement, pay the fucking money or see you later. All right, go ahead. Now, what was I? So where were you hailed from?
Excuse me?
Where do you hail from? What other state were you born in?
Tennessee.
Whoa! I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
How long did you live there?
2 years.
So you were a little kid when did you come straight to Florida?
I went from there because my dad was being transferred to the job he had. He was a computer analyst. Went from Nashville, Tennessee to Atlanta, Georgia to down here.
Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia was a little. Now, what years were that? You're 48, so you were 2 when you went to Atlanta. So how long did you stay in Atlanta?
14 years.
Oh, so that's where you met your first love in Atlanta.
Yes.
Wow. So his prison time's all been Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Or in Georgia, I should say.
Yes.
Interesting.
Correct.
That's interesting. So now let's take it down, and I'm going to allow you to tell one good story after I ask you this. So look, you're in Florida now, 16 years old. And you're already experimented drugs. You already got a taste of a man.
Yes.
What was the next move when you got here? Because Florida is the fucking shithole of all shitholes, especially for a young 16-year-old girl that's experimenting drugs.
Yeah, you're right.
And got the clapper down there. You're fucking hot to try. You're in Florida, the shithole of all fucking states. What happened next?
I got on to drugs even more because when I came down here, the hot guys are here, parties are here, blah, blah, blah. So first couple of years I was partying. You know what I mean?
So you said you got into drugs. What kind of drugs did you get when you got down here?
Ecstasy.
That was when? So 16, you're 48. So that was 32 years ago. So 32 years ago, let's take us back to 1993, around 1993,
correct.
Right?
You're correct. Yes. Right on target.
1990. My math is usually really good. So 1993. All right. So 1993 was probably 90s were probably the ecstasy era. That was probably a big part of that. So ecstasy, I never did. What did ecstasy make you do? Hang on. Let's read this super. This is a good guy. This is one of the good guys, a good friend. Mike Shitty provider. Thank you for $2. Have you ever smoked meth with Bob Levy? He wants to know.
No,
I didn't think so. You wouldn't know Bob Levy, but thanks for the question, Mike. That was a good question. Bob Levy is a good guy. Don't worry about him. But he wasn't saying nothing bad about Bobby because Bob's got a history and he's told his story. So, but Bob is an older man now and he's great, wonderful, wonderful man, and he's a good friend. But that was a good question. Thanks, Mike. All right, so Go ahead. You got into the ecstasy trade in about 93 in Florida, and
Yes.
I'm sure you didn't live in the $1 million neighborhoods. I'm sure you lived in a mediocre, average middle class neighborhood where all the
Um,
drugs seem to happen in Florida in the middle class neighborhoods.
yeah, I lived in middle class.
I know that. I know you didn't live poor. I know you had your mother and father were stable and they had their jobs and your mother has a pension and all that. So I understand all that. So you lived in middle class. They weren't billionaires, so you weren't up rich, but you weren't poor. You were in the middle. But all the drugs in Florida seem to be in the middle more than anything. They're like the center to supply the up and the down is the middle class.
Yep.
Yep. So drugs came easy for you to find in Florida.
Yes.
So you get in ecstasy. What did it make you do? Who's the next guy in your life?
Well, at that point, Joe, if they want a good story, Joe, they need to pay or
they're gonna pay, and I'm gonna allow you to tell just a little bit, and then we're just gonna shoot the shit. So I'm taking you here. Let's just tell me this part to intrigue them because I know you got a fucking story that they want to know. I'm surprised they ain't asking you if you like it in the ass, if you like how many dicks can you take at one. These guys, they're not doing it. They're not being rebellious. They think they're being rebellious to me, and no matter what, I wind up winning at the end of the day anyhow. So it don't matter. So go ahead.
At this point, I met my first baby's daddy, who is 28 now, and we were into ecstasy.
Don't tell too much about your kids. That's more than you should have said about your child. Don't even say nothing about your child. You want to say my child, reference it like that. Don't say age, don't nothing. Because there's some people out there that'll take that 28 and they'll cross-examine and they'll come up with a bunch of names and they'll go put it in the computer to see which one could possibly be your daughter. These are motherfucking FBI investigators. Some of these trolls. So be careful what you say.
Okay.
So this is the father of your child. Now? Do you only have one child?
No, I have 3.
So you have 3 now. Which ones did you have with the man that you met? Did you marry him?
No, not that one. No.
Did you live together? Did you stop drugs for the pregnancy? Did you get clean at that time?
I got clean when I had my baby. Yes.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that.
Yes.
Thank God. So you made the choice to say, I'm not destroying my baby, no matter if I'm a fuck up or not, but I will do this for 9 months and stay clean.
Yes.
Was it hard?
Not really, because once I found out I was pregnant, it was worth quitting because that's my baby's life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put that baby at risk.
I like that because you could be an addict. You go back to be an addict if you choose to fuck up, but let's get the baby a chance to be born with a halfway decent brain without any drugs in their system, so they have a chance to succeed. But if you would have went ahead and continued doing drugs, they're a cocaine or a meth baby. They got no shot. They're fucked at birth.
Correct. Yes.
So and that was very noble of you to not want to. You didn't think of yourself at the time. You thought, I'm pregnant. I fucked up. I got pregnant. But I'm not going to, it's not their fault, whether it's a boy or girl. I have to do right by them. And you did. You did that for
Yes, I did. Yes.
So that's good. That's good to hear. So now, that was the one child. Was that a boy or a girl?
A girl.
Okay. Did you have any more with this gentleman?
No.
So how old was he?
Same age as me.
So how old were you again when you first got pregnant?
I was 21.
All right, so 21. So that's pretty impressive because most girls today, they're fucking sucking and pregnant by the time they're 14.
I was using contraceptives and stuff like that when I was younger to make sure I didn't get pregnant.
But you were responsible. I'm saying most girls today in today's society,
right,
and they could come from the richest, and their daddies could be the biggest fucking CEO. Their mamas could have all kind of smarts, but if their daddy's strict, they're gonna go find the guy he don't like, get pregnant, and fuck their daddy up. That's what they do. They don't give a fuck.
Yep.
There's no holds barred with teenagers today. They like to fuck and get pregnant. That's all they like to do. And then you got the little boy who's 14, who's got 13 baby mamas and 13 different fucking kids and don't pay $1 support for any of them. Don't make no sense. Why you want to make babies? You want to fuck? Go fuck. But why you want to make babies? I don't get that concept. There's a way of not making a baby if you want to be promiscuous and sleep with a bunch of girls. Same with a girl. You want to be a hoe, be a hoe. You follow me what I'm saying? Am I making sense here?
Yeah.
One thing I just can't understand. So how long did it take after your child was born you to go right back into drugs?
Well, I'm gonna tell the truth. We lost her to domestic violence, and once the kids did whatever,
All right.
and I got back into drugs
So
after
you
that
lost
because it was
to
hard
the
to
domestic
lose.
violence because he hit you.
No. We were arguing. We were just arguing, and they walked in, heard us arguing, and they took the kid.
And you never got it back?
I kind of got railroaded in the system. It's a long story.
Okay,
Can I talk about it or no?
No.
Okay,
That's
all
a story we want to hear.
right.
And then if they don't start chucking along here, we're how many minutes in? Like I said, I'll make my last live stream with continuing Mel to come later if they want to hear this. So let's list the 5 juicy stories that it will be well worth for them to pay. You got the story about how the kid was taken away by because of domestic violence with DCF, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the next biggest story in your life that would blow them away?
Well, back in 2004, after I had my last child, I had a home invasion happen to me to a very good friend. I thought was a good friend of mine.
Okay, so and that led to almost you dying.
What'd you say?
That led to you almost being killed in that home invasion, correct?
Yes.
Right, so that's a big major story there. 3, you've ever been in a mental institution?
No.
Baker acted?
Yes.
So that's a hell of a story, being Baker acted, and you're in a mental institution. Where they put you in a straitjacket?
No.
No. Did you try to fight to get your way out, but they wouldn't let you?
Yes.
All right, so that's a big story. That's 3. What's your biggest drug story that would just balls out tell them how you partied, how many guys at one time ever in your life? Have you ever done that? It's a simple question. They're going to ask it anyhow. You just got to say a number. You don't got to tell nothing about the detail.
3.
All right, so you've done with 3 men and you. That's it.
No,
4 major stories. If they don't want to pay tonight, we'll bring you back whenever I see you again, and that's the only time I'll be live. So what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about right now? Anything you want to add? Because I'm cool to cut. I'm cool to cut. If they're jackasses, listen. If someone else was doing this, if Brennan was doing this, he'd be flooded with fucking super chats because he's got Mel the Hoe on. But because it's Joey C, it's fuck Joey C up there. No, it's fuck you guys right up the ass. That's what it's gonna be. Okay. I'll bring the shit. I can bring 100 guests like this if I wanted to. I don't because there's no appreciation. You guys always want free. Want to speak your opinion. Want all the creators to keep their mouth shut. Fuck yourself. It ain't going to work like that. So
I want money. If they want my business, I want money.
See, she's talking like a true hoe. That's spoken like a true hoe. All right, I like that. Now, you've been called all kind of names. Does that ever bother you? What's some of the worst names you've been called?
Hoe.
Hoes, you ever been called a whore? You slimy, fucking gutter rat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. So you've got to know. One thing I do want to. Have you been severely beaten in a relationship where spousal abuse or boyfriend abuse? Have you ever experienced that on a regular basis?
Yes.
You have. So
Yes.
There's number 5. There's the number 5 blockbuster story right there. So I don't know, folks. I don't know. Mel, I don't know what to say. I'm interested because you're telling real life stories, number 1. You got brave enough to come up here. And whether they hate me and think that I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm leading you. I'm trying to be. I'm not a funny person. I'm not trying to be. But I think I've cracked a few little funnies in here and there. I don't care. But they have so much hate for me. But yet, it don't matter anymore, man. Because they just want to be me. That's all. And they want to.
Yep.
They just, especially the people that are chicken shit to hide behind shit. I mean, I don't know. I've showed you some of the shit, Mel. You see how these fuckers are. I got show after fucking show after show, and everybody's trolling me. And we're gonna have to see what Carl's and Adam Bush's tale is on me when they talk about the interview. But I think it's gonna be an A+ review. I really do, with some pointers of things that they think I shouldn't do, which is very good with me. Okay, with me. I'm glad I got to meet Adam Bush. I thought he was a great person. I think highly of him. And I hope someday that we get to talk again. But as far as me, I've laid out. I'm ready for 25 weeks of starting with the Chicago Mafia, the outfit. They call the outfit. We're starting with Al Capone next Monday, 6:00. I'll drop the video. It'll be very well edited. It'll pick your best mob YouTube channel. how they tell on these people, and mine will be just as quality as that. So because I could take my time, edit it, and I got a great producer, Mr. Vincent Vox, who will do a lot of the editing and pull out the gold out of it. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to be relaxing. I'm going to sit at my desk 5 hours and 6 hours a day, put my work in, make my shorts, make my weekly show, and that's it. As far as anything else,
Joe, if they don't want to pay, then I'm out. Period.
Right. Well, Mel, I guess they don't care. So but I promise you, if this was hosted on so now maybe at best we might get a call that somebody wants the bigger show wants you on and they'll pay you. Well, I'll take care of getting your pay for you. I'll make sure.
And one more thing, all you haters out there, I'm glad I'm in your head, but you know what? I got a life now, and that's all that counts. And I'm glad to be on your show. And you know what?
You got a good man.
Haters will be haters, Joe. Haters will be haters. Don't worry about it. They're all haters.
But what's your favorite thing to do today, though? Still, tell them how you really like it. Give them an out speech of how you enjoy it, slurping it all down. Can we hear it? Can we hear it? Can you just show us, demonstrate? I like it.
I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it.
The bigger, the better. All right, Mel. Thanks for coming on. I'm sure we'll get called from a guy like Brennan to want to put you on, and I'll make sure he pays you. All right.
Remember, all your haters out there, we love you, but see ya.
All right. See you later, Mel. There's Mel the ex-hoe, the ex-meth head. You're welcome, Mel. You're welcome. Now, please don't bother me the rest of my life. All right. Thank you. All right. Bye. I don't hate you, Mel. I just don't want to talk to you. Go away. Go away. Just go out of my life, please. I don't want to talk to you no more. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. You guys blew a fucking opportunity to fucking laugh your balls off, man, because this woman has fucking done it all on the street. I mean, just look at her. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? She is a person that if she calms down, you can enjoy talking to her. And she does care. She has a heart of gold. She does have a heart of gold. She's very loud, very fast talking, and she's been abused. She's been out there on the street. She's put herself out there. She's basically traded things for money to get high. She's been in a home invasion where she almost died. She's, just an interesting story. I could bring hundreds of people on like that type, like her. I could bring 100 different Major League Baseball players on. I could start bringing in people that were in the mob world if I want. Here's the thing. Why should I? For what? For this? For you guys to continue to think I'm just, when you guys say I'm horrible, but you're here, it cracks me up. It really does. Because you contradict yourself so badly. And I have the haters. I have a love-hate relationship with everybody. But you know what? I'm Joey C. And I don't know if Mel wants to come back on. If you decide you guys want her, I'll bring her on. But I'm going to probably tell you guys, it's been a splice. If you guys want to ask any questions to me, now is your time, because I'm going to have, how much time I got in here? I don't know if we've hit an hour yet. Have we hit an hour? Or a little over an hour? I got to give you 10 minutes if you want to ask me anything. Super Tips is running. Other than that, I have no comment. I respect what's happened the last couple of days. I on the rebuttal part, I think he's majorly wrong on some things, but I understand it. I understand where he's coming from, and he's my boy. What can I say? And it just didn't work out. Because, but I'm not the only one that made mistakes. That's the only thing I didn't like. We both. I mean, how many times he come on and he wasn't like wanting to act like he didn't want to be on the air, or so it takes both of us. But that part of my life is over with. I had to read off my Troll Is Mine. That's the name of the song. And just to clear everything, I don't hate nobody. I don't. I truly don't. I dislike a lot of people. But I know that I've changed my life to be good as far as being a drug addict. And someone wrote me, I'm not saying that I'm still a scumbag, because you know why? Because I carry that scumbag look in that scumbag way because of the bad I have done. But the things people believe that they think I've done is not true, and that's the part that fucks me up. If you guys really think I was a fucking bad father or a bad grandfather, I'm not. If you really think that I was the worst husband in the world, no, but I wasn't the best, but I was. I made the effort and I did what I was supposed to do. Could I have done better? You fucking right, I could have. Should I have done better? You damn right, I should have. Um, it is what it is. It ain't about what happened in the past. It's about how I project myself today to better myself. I don't know if tomorrow's here. I don't. Most of you know I could go with the best of them. I could sit here and talk all day. I can get angry, but I'm not going to talk about anything in public about the events that happened. Uh, I answered the question that was answered me without trashing somebody, and they came back and trashed me. I didn't expect that part, but that's okay. But don't call me fucking thin skinned when you're just as thin as I am. You are, and you can out strategize me. Okay, if you say so, and that's your belief, hey man, I'm happy for you. But the truth is, I don't really think you can. And you associate yourself with people, a team that builds that, and I can't. Wow, that's pretty deep. So you cut in things that I wouldn't even fucking talk bad about you, because you put me down pretty good. And you know what? You got Cupcake fucking jerking off right now in the truck saying, "Aha, I beat you, motherfucker. I destroyed your whole fucking YouTube channel." He did. God, he did. He sure did. He won. He's the one that tried to have me porn bombed and taken away when before monetization, because he's a low-life scumbag. He ought to take a look in the fucking mirror at his double fucking personality ass and how ugly he is and how nasty he smells and the real life that he has. Wishing he had a woman every day beside him. Wishing he had happiness. He's a miserable fucking. I'm talking about, I'm not talking about Lou. I'm talking about the other one. I got nothing bad to say about Lou. I wish him nothing but success. But unfortunately, he didn't have it the 14 years he was around certain people. I don't think he's going to have it again. Retention, he never had any. Ever. They didn't even know who he was till he entered Catalano TV. He got a little popularity and poof. And I hope he continues. But if I wanted to stay around, here's my mirror, here's my shit. Hey, how you doing? Oh, wait a minute, wait. How many 100,000 feet you behind me? Yeah, that's exactly right. I will be arrogant when it comes to that, because I have worked hard to make my name. The day I stepped into the Dabbleverse, I said I was going to make people hate me, hate me, hate me, hate me. My exact words to my wife: I have to make everybody hate me. And somewhere in the middle, I got to start slowly bringing them over to love me. And I accomplished to be a love-hate relationship. I did exactly what I wanted. As far as I'm concerned, my experiment worked. I outthought everybody. I controlled the whole situation most of the time. And I did everything I said I was going to do. Believe that, because if you go back to some of my early stuff, you'll see me saying all that shit. So here I am. Have a nice evening. Go watch your favorite show. If you're a father, happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to all of you. My name is Joey C, and I'm leaving. Go suck my fucking balls, you tards.
Have you seen a fruity cupcake? This one is queer and overbaked, a boring and blundering soul, driving to his next glory hole. Cupcake kisses so many balls that he's always gasping for air. Laughs out loud with a lisp and sneer. He's the gayest clown in the dabble sphere. Crippled brain, crippled crotch, crippled dumb little twits. Catalano's crippled clown clips. Crippled sense of humor, idiots with no wit. Catalano's crippled clown clips. Look at all these losers.
Well, wait a minute. Night, And I tell you what, he's a pretty cool guy. And I hope I see nothing but success. So Brandon Diff became an Alpha Shot Lounge member. I read Mason's. I read Pool Sam's Scam Sands. I read the one from Ace. I read the one from Coach Ubiquity, Mike Shadina. I miss Rev Fugly's, and it probably could pick it up. Let me see, because it was probably just recent. My man Rev, I can't forget him, because I'll be seeing Rev in about what's today? About 18 days. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. About 13 days, I'll be enjoying a night with Rev Fugly, and I think maybe me and him a live stream from the studio. Maybe, and like I said, I'm not going to be regularly live streaming. My goal is to just do what I'm set to do. But Rev Fugly, thank you for the $2. Mel, has JT proposed to you yet? We got a potential husband for you, Mel. We could also do a live show. The proposal of JT for the great Mel, that great hook of a woman. That's what we could do. We will have a show. JT can come out and propose to her. I like that. Oh, here it is right here. I think I found it. Rev Fugly, thank you for the $2, buddy. Mel, she's already gone. I'll find out, but we'll get him riled up to propose. Here you go. I got you a woman, JT, with that fucking walk and talk of yours. Where you going tonight, Burger King? All right. Sorry about that. That's it. I just want to make sure I didn't miss nobody. So those are the two I missed. Sorry about that. I had to come back. Oh, hello, Doom. How are you? Just want to say hello to Doom. Kings of all dips. Hello. Okay, Jerky. Terry Nee's in the house. I love Terry Nee. Dr. Chow, my main man. Been with me for a long time. Great guy. Oh, he is here. Yeah, okay. All right. Dr. Chow, good to see you, my brother. Terry Nee, good to see you. These are all good people. All good people. Ozone, good people. How are you? And you see, I didn't mess with the chat. I didn't ban nobody. And everybody is unbanned from the chat room. Have been, and I'm not, I don't care. Have fun. Do what you got to do. Say what you got to say. What the fuck? I can't stop you anyhow. Rev Fugly is here, and he says, love is 2 more teeth lost away. Oh, that's great. Dr. Chow says, I owe it to these people. These are people I owe it to. So that's why, another reason I can't. You passed on your genetics and how I now have dozens of grandchildren. Huge W. Joseph. Yes. Thank you. I do. And for the most part, they're all very smart. And my oldest grandson started college, and he has Asperger's. So he's very intelligent, man, highly intelligent, man. Smart kid. I'm proud of him. I can't believe he's fucking 18 already, man. I was just remember holding a little baby when he first was born. That's yeah. So I'm pretty much gonna tell you, I bet you 1, 2, 3, 4 out of this 1, 4, 5, 6, probably, I guarantee you 9 or 10 of my grandchildren will go through college and graduate. They're fucking smart as a whip. They are. Thank God. So to be fair, not a lot of thins in the equation. You're right about that, Reb. We talked about that, me and you, many times. I heard through the grapevine, I don't know if this is true. I got a DM from somebody who does great shows. He's very highly pissed about what happened to me. As a friend, I heard he's going to be going live sometime and he's going to be voicing about it. I'm not going to say what it is, figure it out. I told him, listen, it's all good, man. I'm good. I'm still friends. I still love the guy, but I can't go on the show because it makes me look like I'm fucking. When you do what you gotta do, I can't stop nobody. But there are a few people that are really highly upset that are, I guess, going to do some shows and voice their opinion. I'm looking forward to it. But I joined myself on Carmen X last night. That dude is righteous, man. He's cool. He's funny. I like it, man. I had a good time meeting Brandon Diff, and Final Boss is awesome, man. He's awesome. These guys are awesome. See, when you meet somebody, we met on stream, but when you physically meet somebody, they see the real you, But you're never going to see that in a pineapple because he's a fucking coward. He'll always be a coward. He's a bitch. You know you are. And what are you going to do without me? Because I'll shut you out completely. And you won't be able to really do much with your other shows. I promise you that. So you wanted to destroy me? I give a shit if I destroy you, be honest with you. Diablo Sandwich, good guy. I like him. Terry Nee, like I said, the shit. But we had a lot of good bike shitty internet. Thank you, brother. All right, Mason. I love you, Mason. I always have. You're a good dude, man. You really are. But you don't like me anymore, and I understand. Hope you're all well. Let's get back to my outros and enjoy yourself, people. Enjoy it. You can't stay here, but you don't have to go home. Just remember that. And
I wonder if Roachy knows how much she looks like a slouch. A weirdly misshapen troll who's now one with his couch. Like a gooner freak he is, he loves a stick in his mouth. Sorry, but I must ask, is that a belly or marsupial pouch? Crippled brain,
third member for 13 months.
crippled dumb little twits.
Catalanos, crippled clown. Let's not forget these are made by Luke the Vine, a genius.
Crippled sense of humor.
A man that is a genius with this. Big shout
Idiots
out to
with
Luke
no
the
wit.
Vine. I will pay him every time he makes
Catalanos, crippled clown
clip. It's got the
clip.
Catalano name on it.
Look at all these losers.
Dun, dun. Look at all these losers.
The most ignorant clown around is the one who nearly drowned. He took one leap of faith, then God said, hold on, wait. You truly are spineless, hateful chump. I'm taking away your ability to walk and hump. Being a meth head Nazi was a bad pick. Did you choose that because of your micro dick? Crippled brain, crippled crotch, crippled dumb little twits. Catalanos, crippled clown clips. Crippled sense of humor. Idiots with no wit. Catalanos, crippled clown clips. Look at all these losers.
Look at all these losers.
Have you seen a fruity cupcake? This one is queer and overbaked. A boring and blundering soul driving to his next glory hole.
That's his friend.
Cupcake kisses so many balls that he's always gasping for air.
I asked him to make some more.
Laughs out loud with a lisp and sneer. He's the gayest clown in the dabble sphere.
Again,
Crippled
late
brain,
but short, please.
crippled crotch,
Ryan,
crippled dumb little
better
twits.
timing.
Catalano,
Better timing, Mason.
crippled
Yeah, I've already
clown
Take care.
clips. Crippled sense of humor. Idiots with no wit. Catalanos, crippled clown clips.
You're gonna back the wrong horses as always, Mason.
Look at all these
Because you ain't
losers.
bright. You're nice, but you ain't bright. So go for it.